and poor consumers can also be assisted with cash or food vouchers, and farmers could be helped with inputs such as fertilizer and seeds. Various financial mechanisms can help governments protect consumers from food price increases. One example is called Observance, which would give governments the right to buy food at a set price even months ahead, regardless of how the market has moved in the meantime. Ultimately, though, stability in food market depends on increased investments in agriculture, particularly in developing countries, where 98% of the hungry live and where food production needs to double by the year 2050 to feed growing population. On World Food Day 2011, let us reflect seriously at what causes swings in food prices and articulate alternatives on what needs to be done at national, regional, and global levels to reduce the impact on almost 1 billion people who do not have enough to eat. End of quote. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I wish you a very successful World Food Day and a success in the initiative for the greening of Ghana with coconuts. Thank you very much.
I have the privilege to share with you the message of the Secretary General of the United Nations. Today, in the Horn of Africa, more than 13 million people are affected by one of the world's worst droughts in 60 years. Famine grips the swaths of southern Somalia. Yet drought does not have to become famine, nor should it ever be allowed to, either through system failure or through the kind of deliberate deprivation we are seeing in areas controlled by Al-Shabaab. The hunger in the Horn of Africa is but a fraction of needless global menace. There is more than enough food on the planet to feed everyone. Yet today, nearly 1 billion people will go hungry. I urge world leaders in rich and poor countries alike to invest the energy and the resources necessary to win the battle against hunger, a key pillar of our efforts to achieve the Millennium Development Goals. Lasting solutions must cover the full spectrum of food security, from improving the resilience of smallholder farmers to deploying safety nets, programs that protect the most vulnerable. This year's World Food Day highlights the issue of price volatility. For the poorest people, many of whom spend 80% of their income on food, this can be devastating. In 2007 and 2008, food price inflation pushed some 80 million people into hunger. Recent food price hikes have propelled another 70 million people into extreme poverty. We need to break the links between poverty, food insecurity, and malnutrition. Families impoverished by price volatility risk seeing their babies' minds and bodies permanently damaged by malnutrition, their children being taken out of school and put to work, and their income-producing livestock slaughtered for food. The answer is to put in place policies like those advocated by Scale Up Nutrition movement to ensure that all people have access to sufficient nutrition. This month, the world's population will top 7 billion people. The world has the knowledge and the resources to end hunger. We have the tools to ensure that the poorest are buffered from the impact of rising prices. Let us use them now to conquer hunger. I thank you.
It feels great and wonderful to welcome you all to the August occasion. I'm always deeply touched and elated when we are gifted with an opportunity like this to meet and address critical issues concerning our environment, from which we derive our lives. Today marks another milestone in the life of Zoll Services Limited, as we join hands with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to launch the crucial project dubbed Restore Life. Over the past years, many coconut farmers in Western and Central region have lost their main source of livelihood through the destruction of their plantation by the Cape St. Paul wilt disease. This situation, without doubt, has contributed massively to the level of poverty in these regions. Since the disease was first recorded in Ghana in 1932, it has destroyed over 4,000 hectares of coconut farms out of the total of 43,000 hectares of coconut farm nationwide. It is also on this record that the Central region, one of the poorest in Ghana, produces 50% of the total coconut fruit harvest, whilst the Jomoro district in the Western region is the only single district in Ghana that produces 30% of the national coconut fruit harvest. It goes to buttress the point that the destruction of massive stretch of coconut plantation in these areas has contributed immensely to the low economic status of the people. It is against this background that Zoll Services Limited, a company dedicated to protect the coastal heritage of Ghana and also Green Ghana, with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, has given birth to Restore Life, with the primary aim of restoring livelihood of the over 1,000 coconut farmers in Central and Western region of Ghana through the establishment of 1,050 acres of coconut plantation over a 5-year period. This program will involve the cultivation of species which are resistant to the Cape St. Paul wilt disease. Zoll will take care of the farms for at least one growing season by providing the farmers with all the things that they need to cultivate these coconuts, like the hose, the cutlass, and everything to maintain the coconut. Zoll Services will also provide 3 pickups and 2 Kia trucks to enable movement of these farmers to their farms and other places. This will ensure that farmers fully benefit from their farms and able to take care of their families. The project is boosted by the fact that since 1995, Ministry of Food and Agriculture has been producing the SGD VTT variety of coconut, which is resistant to this disease. Presently, 100 hectares of nursery garden of this resistant variety has been planted. This garden would be given to further boost for it to be able to meet the seedling requirements for Restore Life plantation. It is our fervent hope that with the possible short time, Restore Life will help reduce the rates of poverty by producing employment for over 1,000 coconut farmers in the Western and Central region. Restore Life has